Also to the action kicks off. Wonderful to be here. Great to see so many of you at the York Hall, Bethnal Green, the British institution. So many, the likes of Lennox and Fury and AJ, Calzaghe, Ricky Hatton, they've all fought here. Johnny Tapia, I remember coming over. A magical place for a huge press conference. And then we're over to the O2 Saturday night where the thrilling heavyweight fights happen. MF Pro and Queensbury present this huge Chisora Wilder event live on the global home of boxing, of course, on DAZN. It's a super card. We've got some cracking names, some really good talent, a little mixture on this fabulous show. Frank Warren couldn't be here present, but we have got another legendary promoter of the sport. It's just down there. I'm sure they want to say a few words. Galaviz.
Good afternoon, London. Good evening, London. What a venue this is. The memories in this place as a fan, as a promoter. Yeah, just unbelievable to be in the York Hall. Building up to a fantastic Easter weekend of boxing on the home of boxing, and that is of course DAZN. Live from the O2 this Saturday night we have 100, and we'll shortly be having the main event press conference. But you know, every big card, and this is MF Pro's very first London blockbuster card, has to have a great undercard. And I've decided to call this the support card and not the undercard because it doesn't do it quite the credit it deserves. 9 fights, you know, kicks off at 5 p.m. if you're lucky enough to have a ticket to the O2. 5 p.m. starts, so get in early. Young Guns, Tom Welland, Dan Toward will be kicking us off, 2 MF Young Guns. Going straight into derekchisora's protege, Jermaine Viddal. And moving on from there, we go to 2 MF prospects from the States. The very exciting Hernandez, and of course H2O Sylve. Before we get to, for me, one of the picks of the card in terms of entertainment, we have an all-British heavyweight fight between the massive prospect Matty Harris with Peter Fury in his corner taking on Ignatius, who we've done on our cards before. Promises to be a real great heavyweight fight to get us in the mood for later in the evening. Then we get to the title action. And a man who I've got so much respect for, a man who's had his ups and downs in his career. We promoted a fight of his for the British title not so long ago, which was one of the fights of the year. I think it was actually voted fight of the year in the UK. And that's Denzel Bentley, who takes on Saavedra for the WBO middleweight championship of the world. And then, of course, our co-feature, our MF star, Viddal Riley, sitting to my right, who challenges, following his capture of the British title, challenges Matuesz Masternak, a legend of the cruiserweight scene, for the European Championship. And you know, it's these sort of cards that you need, and Adam, you know this from your big cards over the years that you've reported on, and it's what gets us in the mood for that big moment, for that big event. But it's an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be sitting there with these guys who have given it all in the gym, in the camp, building up to this and to their moments. And you know, everyone getting there early because it's going to be worth watching. I'm very, very excited.
Beautifully set up. Let's have a quick word with the president of MF Pro, Viddal.
Thank you, Adam. It's great to be here again. London, it is an absolute honor to be back here, and our first inception card here in London with MF Pro. I can't, Kelly hit everything right on the head, so I don't want to reiterate it and bore you guys to death, but what I do want to talk about is what MF Pro is. We have an absolute honor of being able to partner with the home of boxing, DAZN. And our mission, our goal, is to be able to put on the biggest and best fights in partnership and in unity with all of the other promoters in boxing. Now, there's no more excuse about networks can't work together, because they're all under the biggest network, which is DAZN. And we're going to kick this off with these young men on this stage being able to put on one heck of a card. Every single matchup on this card is electrifying. Again, I don't want to reiterate what Kelly said, but every one of them, in its own right, is going to be a main event. Of course, it leads us up to the co-main event, which is our MF Pro star, Viddal Riley, taking on the legend, Matuesz Masternak, for the European title. How much more fitting could it be than having it in London on the undercard, a co-feature of Deontay and Derekchisora. At the end of that 12 rounds, or if it ends earlier, which we anticipated to, there's only two things that we're looking to hear. And new. Viddal Riley, the new European champion, here crowned in London for bigger and better things. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here. We look forward to seeing you guys Saturday night, and of course, watching this exclusively on DAZN.
Thanks very much. Emma, that was brilliant. There was a wry smile on Team Masternak's face. So that's what boxing is all about. Let's get down to the front dais. Callum mentioned a couple of the young stars. Tom Welland, great to see you. West Ham Boys Club, I think you were 9 victories in your tenure back. How excited are you to be part of this enormous occasion on Saturday night?
Yeah, well, it's great to be back for a start, but to be back on a card that's going to be remembered, it makes it even better. It's a little bit bittersweet, really.
What are you going to show us on Saturday? You kick off at 5 o'clock. The real hardcore will be in there, ready to watch you. What are you going to deliver?
I'm going to show that I'm still the same fighter. I'm going to show the lessons that I've learned and the dark place that I've been to. But more for me is just building momentum again, and I can just reiterate that the rest of the card obviously is going to be very, very electrifying. But it all starts with my fight at 5 PM, and yeah, I'm just going to set the tone for the rest of the card.
I love it. Set the tone and maybe steal the show.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always been my plan. That's every undercard I've been in, it's always been to try and outshine the main event or outshine the rest of the card. But I've got a point to prove this time, that I'm still there in contention for these different titles and these domestic titles. And for me, it's more of a mental game as much as it is a physical game. But I need to right some wrongs in my own head before I can push on.
Fantastic to hear, Tom, and some friendly competition as well. You're at featherweight at super welterweight. Dan Tower, great to have you with us from Bentley. Of course, good record, 5 knockouts in your 7 victories. Again, you're looking to prove something on you Saturday.
What an opportunity and what a card to be on, and Saturday night I'm going to prove why it's soon to be here.
What is it about MF Pro and obviously what they're delivering and will do on the zone going forward since it's got your...
You've only got to look at the turnout here already, and like I said, Saturday night I'll show why I belong to be on these cards.
And for those who haven't seen you, what do we expect?
Slick, southpaw boxing, power of both hands, you know, the fight will go any time, and anyone here, and anyone tuning in, make sure to watch the prelims to Dan Tower.
Fantastic. Sure, it's Slick Southpaw with some power in Moses at Tower at the weekend. Boxing's in a great place, isn't it? Up here on the table, right to the end, I was sitting there earlier and he kicked me off absolutely right. Jermaine Dilwire is unbeaten. He's also Derek's nephew, so it's great to have a family connection on the show. How nervous are you with your uncle sort of coming up later, and what sort of advice has he given you for these big moments?
Hi guys, nah, I'm not really nervous to be honest with you. I worked hard for these moments, I prayed for these moments, and it's just a dream come true to be honest.
8-0 so far, so good. Again, like Dan, what are you going to show the public on Saturday? Because this is a much bigger stage.
I'm just going to show everything I worked on in the gym, all the hard work, and just expect an exciting fight.
And I've got to ask you, what happens when Uncle Derek gets in the ring?
Expect a big victory from my uncle, KO, trust me.
I love that. A big victory at the O2. Let's go to H2O down at the front. Ashton, Sylve, great to have you with us. I'll call you H2O, is that right?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. What are we going to see on Saturday night? You're bang in the middle, right in front of the press photography. Just stare down the barrel and tell them what we're going to see.
You are going to see me come through the show. I didn't come out here for no reason, and I just want to be back to where I was before the loss.
You've had a loss, but you've had 12 wins, plenty of knockouts as well. What a style that you think is going to really excite the British public?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's why they call me H2O. It's just a different style inside the ring, and I just know everyone in the building is going to like the style that I bring.
We can't wait to see you. Alongside you is Amir Anderson, undefeated in 6 with 6 knockouts in with Jordan Dujon. That's our first live fight on DAZN. Amir, welcome over from New York. We like the look of you, pretty hot, great prospect. What are we building towards here?
First off, I want to say shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Expect the show. You know, I mean, I come any way that I can. You know, I'm everything everybody wants to see. I'm versatile. I can switch up. I can bang. I can box. So I'm a little bit of everything. So expect a big knockout.
I love that versatility. So we're not quite sure what we're going to get, but we're going to get everything all in one.
Yeah, you're gonna get all in one. You know, transferring from the gimmicks of misfits, it shows that, you know, I'm an entertainer. You know, I mean, boxing is not just about a brutal sport; it's about entertainment as well. You know, and so I think Cashman is one of the biggest entertainment most entertaining prospects in Misfits Pro. So I'm willing to show that April 4th. And everybody say they want to steal the show, but I think I'm steal the show too.
Yeah, I love that. I love this competition on the front row. Cashman, fantastic. Are you going to go all the way with this sport?
Yeah, I'm eyeing, you know, no disrespect to Denzel and I don't want to butcher his name, but you know, I'm eyeing that fight. You know, I think I'm a prospect that belongs as a contender, and you know, I believe I can beat these guys now. And I'm 22, I'm 6-0, but I believe that now is the time to show that I'm a contender. If I knock this guy out, I believe that I need a bigger fight, and I need to show that, you know, I belong up there. And I know I belong up there. I'm going to show you how April 4th.
I love the confidence. I love the attitude. We move up to the heavyweight division. Calla teased it earlier. Really good matchup this. I like this. Matty Harris and Franklin Ignatius, only one defeat each on their records. They're almost the battle of the unbeatens. We'll come to you first, Franklin. It's a big chance this for you. You put together some really good wins, but one over Matty Harris will be something new for you in your career.
Yeah, definitely. I think a win over Matty Harris will be a statement win for me. Exactly the win I need to get my momentum back and launch me back at the top of the Western Park. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday. I'm looking forward to showing what I'm about.
I guess you accepted this fight straight away, the chance. You see Matty Harris, he's a big puncher, he's tall, he's got plenty of prospect ahead of him, hasn't he? But you've got to stop that, you've got to run your own road here.
The way I look at it is, it's the perfect fight for me. He has a good style, punch is good, looks good, so it's the right type of fight for me to, like I said, get my momentum back. So yeah, man, I'm glad, you know, despite all the BS earlier, we're here now, and I'm ready to put on a show on Saturday.
There we go, we've got a little bit of fire. You punch good, you look good. Come on, what are you going to do to Matty Harris, Franklin?
Listen, it's going to be a destruction. You're going to see a fighter coming in, putting his heart on his sleeve, and you're going to see me win on a destructive performance. I think that a lot of people are going to be really shocked, but for me and my team, it's not going to be no surprise. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, it's going to be fun.
We love shocks, we love upsets, unpredictability in this sport. Matty, great to see you. You're on a roll now. I know you have that one defeat, but everything's looking rosy under Peter Fury, and I know you're looking to perform and shine on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to start off by saying thank you to the zone and Misfits for having me over there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to collecting that performance in the night, but
You're from my old neck of the woods, Leamington Spa. I've known you a long time. Do you think that you've got the talent, ability and will have the experience to be able to go and deal with these heavyweights. I mean, the pot in the Glamour division, it's never been hotter.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Peter would have trained me if he didn't think that I was capable of going on to achieve big things. So, as I said, Saturday night is, for me, my first step up in the right direction to go on and achieve what I want to achieve.
You say it's a step up. How do you deal with Franklin Ignatius? What have you got to do on Saturday?
I can do whatever I want. We've trained for that. So I think I get rid of him. At what point, we'll see. I don't really care how it goes, to be honest. I've trained for 10 hard rounds, even though it's an 8-rounder. So we're more than prepared for this. We know what he's going to bring. He's, as I said, I've got myself in good shape. I respect him as a fighter. That's why I've gone away and put the hard work in. But he is what he is as a fighter, and I think I'm going to go in there and demolish him.
You're going to demolish him. He says a destructive performance, so someone's
This guy can't crack an egg.
getting...
He's not demolishing
You're not the
anyone.
puncher you think you are. You 4 people that can't even fight. Don't you know their names? Who you for?
We'll see you.
Bro,
We'll see you
I'll
for.
tell you something right now. All the people that you fought, you don't put amongst the top.
We'll see you for.
First time the man stepped up, you crumbled. Before I know you
If that's what you're hoping,
let me tell you
it's
something.
going to be a long
I'm not
night.
hoping on nothing. I'm seeing a man who's scared, who's wiggling himself, dabbling out the fight. You had an opportunity to fight me in November. You ducked out on Monday for a fight, talking nonsense, and now we're here. I don't want to see no bullshit. Make sure you turn up Saturday and get the beating that you made.
You're going to beat anyone, bro. Let's be honest. As I said, I'm here. I'm here right now. You're going to see me on Saturday night, and we'll take it from there.
Someone's getting knocked out, I think. On the...
Him.
Love it, absolutely love it. You want a heavyweight battle? Well, it's the warm-up we need for Chisora Wilder later on. Matty Harris and Franklin Ignatius. That's what we want to hear. Fantastic. We'll come up to the top table. Really, really important fight. Ali mentioned it earlier. Callus mentioned it. The WBO Interim World Middleweight Championship between 2 excellent fighters in Denzel, Bentley, and Saavedra, who's originally from Venezuela. He's got a great record, plenty of knockouts in the 17 victories. Top one step up for Denzel, he knows that. Right, let's go to Andre. Bring Forrest with him. Andre, how important is it for you to get a big win over Denzel Bentley, to put yourself in line to become a world middleweight champion after everything that you've gone through in this sport, which has been a tough road?
Es un reto más para mí esta pelea con Bentley, una pelea que siempre he estado buscándola desde que me hicimos profesional. Llegó el momento de demostrar quién es Endry Saavedra y este sábado 4 de abril lo vamos a demostrar.
This is a very important moment for me to be on a card of this magnitude and taking on someone like Denzel Bentley. This is my moment to be able to demonstrate to the entire world who Endry Saavedra is.
Fantastic, I love that. We've seen plenty of Andre, aggressive, loves to fight. Has he got that style to really excite the O2, which is going to be packed and the atmosphere is going to be phenomenal by the time he fights?
Sí, vengo a dar un espectáculo acá en London, que la gente se lleve una muy buena imagen de mí. Vengo con todas las ganas de ser el nuevo campeón en la 160 libras.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I have the style to entertain the fans at the O2 Arena. I come with all the energy, the excitement, and I want to entertain the fans when they watch me fight, that they take away a very memorable performance from me, Endry Saavedra.
Absolutely, Andre, we can't wait for that. Denzel, you know the danger that this guy brings. You've studied him. You think, I guess, that you've got the perfect counter-punching style to deal with him, but it's going to be fireworks, isn't it, this one?
It's going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you think it's come at the right time? I know there's been inactivity. I know that you're on that really good run. There's been the ups and downs, as Callie's mentioned, but you've stuck with it, and you're nearly there now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think inactivity will be the issue.
I stay active. I'm always in the gym. I'm always doing what I need to do. So, like you said, it's been a while since I've been at the gym, and just got to thank God that I'm able to come back 60 months out on the card like this. You know what I mean? So, I'm excited about this fight. I think this is a good fight. I think it's going to bring fireworks, and I think it does have the style to excite the O2, but so do I. So, I hope the fans enjoy it.
You've definitely got the style, and we've seen you up and down the country doing bits of interviews, commentary, that sort of thing, waiting to get back into the gloves and perform. And is that what's going to happen on Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, Saturday's around the corner, man. I feel good. I'm in great shape. I feel alive. Got a smile on my face, and I just can't wait to fight, man. That's what I love to do. All the commentary stuff, yeah, it's just to, you know, make the time go by, but I'm a fighter.
You're good at it, I'm telling you.
I'm better at fighting.
You're better at fighting. You were pretty good here with that 2-round knockout win. That was at York Hall. York Hall's a great place for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, man. It is. It feels good to be back here, but it also feels good to be moving up. The O2 is the only venue in London I haven't done, and I think this is the perfect occasion for me to fight there for the first time.
As Ali and Carl and Malik were saying, the middleweight division is sort of open now with what's been going on, so a win really puts you there, and maybe even you become a world champion. How much will that mean to you after all the toil in the sport?
It'll mean a lot, man. I mean, this is what we strive for as fighters. I mean, every fighter on this table right now wants to be a world champion. So, you know, we're all fighting for the same thing. And any fighter that tells you they don't, then, you know, they'll probably, you know, just, I don't know what they're aiming for, to be honest. But, yeah, man, it will mean a lot. I think I can do it. I believe I can do it. And like I said, man, I can't wait.
Finally, everyone down there on that table and most of the ones up here are saying they're stealing the show. How do you do it?
You've got to be excited, man. Everyone believes in themselves, everyone's putting work, and they can steal the show in their own right. I ain't competing with anyone down there on that table. My only opponent is Endry over there, so yeah.
Fantastic. Really good. Denzel Bentley and Andre Saavedra for the interim world middleweight title. We can't wait for that. Chief support is a big fight. European cruiserweight title and an IBF eliminator as well. Two excellent fighters, different journeys. We've got to see them both over the years. Viddal Riley, who had a brilliant performance at his beloved Tottenham over Shevcon, winning the British title, jumps up, and it's a big jump up, against Matuesz Masternak, who we've seen it plenty of times before, the days of Tony Bellew, Chris Smith and others, second time a European champion. Firstly, I want to ask Matuesz, is the fire still burning as much as it always has?
Hello everybody. Yes, of course, Kalle said Masternak is cruiser legend. Yes, of course, but still have plans, dreams. I'm still heavy work, but I'm ready for this big show.
Right. That's a great opening line. A cruiserweight legend, 50 victories in 56 fights, but still not yet to get your hands on a world title. I guess at 38, is that still the goal? You believe you can become a world champion?
Yes, this is my dream. Long time away for this fight. My last championships fight, I'm lost, but I don't lost my skills, but my body broken, but much change in my preparation for this fight. I'm little bit come back to my old style. So let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. Back to the old style. How highly do you rate the man over there, the undefeated Viddal Riley? How good do you think he is and can be?
Problem is undisputed fighters. I don't know where is his limit. This is important. But this good fighters, quick, strong. But Myślę, że widziałem już ten styl. Boksowałem z zawodnikami, którzy walczą podobnie. Dawałem sobie radę, więc głęboko wierzę w to, że tym razem również dam sobie radę.
I think I saw this style. I fought with similar fighters, and I think I can manage the style too.
Okay, finally, before I go to Viddal, what happens on Saturday night? What entertainment are we going to see, and what will the result be?
I think left, right, uppercut, hook, everything.
Do you think you win by knockout?
No, of course, this is, every fighter want to win by knockout. This side of boxing, or this big show. But important for me is skills. Win by point is, of course, is nice.
Round of applause for a fantastic second round. Indeed, a cruiserweight legend. That's what you've got to topple. Viddal, Riley, you looked brilliant at Spurs back in November. Do you think this is the right fight, the right opportunity at the right time?
Definitely, definitely. I want to thank everyone for being here today. I want to give a big shout out and appreciation to MF Pro. This is where I wanted to be. I've worked my whole life to be in this position, much to, contrary to belief. Everyone believes everything's been given to me. I'm at KSI, my life's been great the whole time. That's not how this thing has gone. That's not the journey, that's not the career. I started boxing at 3 years old in the living room with my father. I played in the TV and the sofa, learning my footwork and defense. These things don't drop down from the sky. I've had to work to be where I am today. The national titles, the sparring with quality fighters, Galaviz in the room, Lawrence Okoli, Dillian White, Richard Briakwa, the wins over Bill Smith, Daniel Dubois, all these things, man, started boxing around the corner from here in Brecton Boxing Club, prestigious amateur boxing club, Newham, West Ham. This has been my whole life, and how I got to meet Amir Abdallah was later on in the journey, but it was through PSI. When I went to Vegas and turned professional, I couldn't afford the flight there. People ask about me and JJ's relationship, me and KSI's relationship. He paid for the flight, he paid for the hotel. And then Leon said, take your kit, maybe you can do something out there. So I'm only in these positions because I've worked hard, I'm blessed to meet the right individuals, but nothing's been given to me. I've had to work my whole life for this. And I think there's always a misunderstanding about how I got here and I'm like some industry plant or something. But I've actually had to grind. And the evidence is there. 13-0. People talk about inactivity. You ain't got that many fights. Why am I sitting here on the top table in a world title eliminator for the European title with only 13 fights? You have to ask yourself that. And it's because I'm ready to do what I need to do. And I'm ready to prove not only can I be European champion, but I am world level.
That's a rally. Viddal Riley is ready, and trust us, we know about your journey and we know the talent. I guess the question is, can that talent beat experience? And you step up the levels now to deal with somebody who is still hungry, who still has world dreams of his own, and is proven as a professional.
It's not just about talent. That's what I've learned along this journey as well. I've got ample talent. I've got a lot of talent. It's about the work, it's the hard work, it's the mentality, the dedication. And this game only exists by answering questions. Once I defeat Masternak on Saturday night, you're going to ask me, can I step it up again to become a world champion? It's my job, my team's job, my family, my promoters, everyone around me to make sure I'm in the position to continue to level up. So, short answer, yes Adam, I'll step up the level again, like I have done from being a prospect to an English champion to a British champion to a world ranked contender, and that's it.
There you go. There you go. You had your big moment, Viddal.
I had to squeeze it in now.
Look, in comes Derek, and he wants to see a bit of nephew.
It's my nephew. Whoever beats it, I'll give you a bonus of 10,000. It's about to be 10,000.
Right, let's give a round of applause for Derekchisora in the room.
Derek will be back. He had to do that, didn't he? Viddal was doing so well. Didn't they both do well? Viddal Riley and Matuesz Masternak for the European Cruiserweight title, doubling up World Eliminator. Terrific co-main event on a fabulous night for boxing. The main event press conference will be coming up in a few minutes. We've got a few head-to-heads to do. I want to see Matty Harris and Franklin Ignatius go at it at the head-to-head. Also Viddal, also Denzel, Endry, Matuesz come together for the photographers. Guys, wish you all the very best of luck on Saturday night. A fantastic appetizer hors d'oeuvre for the main event. Thank you.
Yeah, we done.